Comic book girl.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans have been asking, what is your favorite anime?
My favorite anime is called Revolutionary Girl Utena.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Is this a popular anime?
I mean, it was in Japan. It was really popular in Japan. It even won an award, but like over here, it never aired. It never aired on like Cartoon Network or like Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh my, so you're gonna talk about an exclusive, authentic anime.
Yeah.
From the land of anime.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm a little hesitant to talk about it because it's like kind of like my little hidden gem, you know? It's like, it's very personal and...
You're afraid to share your favorite anime?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why?
Well, because A, I want it all to myself, and B, because I find it deeply personal, and B, because I feel like if you watch this anime, you're gonna know way too much about me. Like, it's like, you're gonna be like, oh, like, you're gonna see me, it's gonna give away my shit too much.
Oh, wow.
What's deeply personal about a cartoon show?
It's about, you know, when you're going along in your life, and you meet a piece of art, and this piece of art, oh my God, you know, it just, it switches on these, it just takes over.
I love how you have like a relationship with your art.
Yes, and just like in the story of Revolutionary Girl Utena, in the beginning, like she's saved as a child by this handsome prince. I feel like this anime saved me.
Saved you?
Yeah, it was just, it's like made for me. It's like weird science. If like someone like, oh, what do I want in an anime? Boop, 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 boop. Like this is it.
Oh, are there big boobed girls in Revolutionary Boobed Utena?
Revolutionary boob. Okay, there's not huge tits, but there are tits, but they don't have nipples.
Okay, this sounds pretty good then. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. No, that's the thing that I love about this series is that it's so sensual. It's not pornographic, but it is like, it builds that tension.
It's important to capture the essence of your partner. Let's keep no secrets.
All right. Is this what you want?
Did you know some cartoons have nudity in them from Japan?
Yeah, hentai. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, you could say I know about that.
Me and Bobo found some on the internet.
Oh, I've found some on the internet too. Well, I mean, you'll be excited to know that there is a ambiguous lesbian duo in this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're like ambiguously gay. But I feel like,
my gosh.
I mean, everything in this, like everyone is like, they're bisexual, but everyone's played straight except for like Jury, who's lesbian. But like...
Okay, that's questionable, but still hot. Keep going.
But I mean, that's like...
What else does this have? Does it have exciting action and giant muscular dudes?
Well, it doesn't have like any giant muscular dudes, but it does have a lot of exciting action. Fuckboys, has a lot of fuckboys, but like...
Does it have machine guns, swords, knives, blades?
Actually, Robot, there is a magical sword that pops out of boobs.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with that?
And it happens
Now
like...
I'm interested.
Sword.
Boobs that pop out of swords. I love it.
Right. Well, it's really heart. It's your heart, but boobs are over your heart, so. This series is about a girl named Utena Tenju, and she attends a big boarding school with junior and high school students, and it's very fancy, it's very rich, it's very magical.
Like Harry Potter magical?
Like Japan magical.
Oh.
And this girl is no ordinary girl. In fact, she's extraordinary. She is really athletic.
She has huge boobs?
No, but she's really athletic and she's well liked within the community. Everyone thinks she's cool. She's like always beating boys at basketball and like sports, and like they all want her on her team because like she's so good. And she wears like a boy's uniform. You know, all the other girls are wearing these like very frilly skirts and stuff. And she's like, no, I'm wearing a boy's uniform, and like everyone thinks it's like fucking awesome.
This mark of the rose is the symbol of the duelist, those who may win the rose bride by duel.
Duelists?
So at this school, the student council members, like student government guys at the top, are having these ritualistic duels. And to be a duelist, you have to have one of these rings, okay? And Utena happens to have one. She was given one as a child by a prince who saved her, okay? And he's like, this will lead you to me someday. So she accidentally challenges this guy, this other duelist, to a duel because he was being a fuckboy, stumbles into these duels,
To win you?
Oh, my. You possess the mark of the rose, and yet you do not know that?
Wins her first duel and is now automatically engaged to the Rose Bride.
Who's the Rose Bride?
The Rose Bride is this other girl at the school, Anthe, okay? And she is a peculiar girl. She has no friends. She's kind of weird. And she just tends to the roses. She's always constantly watering all these roses. By the way, there's roses all over this fucking show, okay? Like, you can pack more roses in a fucking show, all right?
How could you hit your girlfriend?
My girlfriend? She is the Rose Bride. And since I am the current champion, she's my possession!
Possession, you say?
So anyways, as the Rose Bride, she has to obey the will of whoever she's engaged to, you know? So she moves in with you, she cooks for you, she cleans for you, she does all that wifey shit for you. She'll take it. If you start hitting her, she'll be like, whatever, I'm just in an abusive relationship, and she'll just keep going with it.
Whoa.
It's also implied that she will sleep with you.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's like the ultimate receptive feminine, but to a point where it's like creepy, you know? And like, she's always getting slapped. Like, this girl gets slapped. There's so much slapping in this show. Like, everyone, like, just people, so much dramatic slapping. It's kind of awesome. It's like Dynasty. And the thing is that Utena's like, this is fucking weird. Like, what? You're telling me that you want to do this, you want to be the Rose Bride and then just be subservient to whoever? Like, that's not, nobody wants that. There's nobody on this planet who wants that. Like, I know that's bullshit, bitch. And so she feels responsible for protecting this girl from these other duelists because she doesn't want them using her to get the power to revolutionize the world. She wants this girl to not deal with that sort of shit and, like, become a fucking person, you know? And, like, be like, no, like, this isn't, like, stop doing this weird Rose Bride shit. What are you doing?
He wants to possess you. Tell me, Anthe, what does Saionji get when he wins you?
You're so funny, Miss Utena Tenjo.
Lesbos.
Comic book girl, why do you think as a child you related to this anime so much?
Well, it's really because I saw a lot of myself in the main character, in Utena. She was perfect for me because the thing I loved about her was that she was comfortable and confident in her masculine side, and she had a balance between her masculine and feminine side. She wasn't just a girl. She was trying to be more than that. She was trying to be a prince. She was trying to live by these ideals. She was trying to protect other women. Like, I really thought that was amazing. There's a thing about her where she wants to live this noble life, you know, and she's very committed to this ideal of living a noble life and living by these higher ideals. And even though she's a girl, she wants to act as if she was a gallant prince, you know, be that dream fantasy, you know, in her everyday life. And I was like, yes, me too.
So is this a movie or a TV show?
This is a lot of things. There is a manga that was made at the same time as the animation was happening for a television show, 39 episodes. And then you have a movie that came out, which is an encapsulation of everything that's in the show. This is completely inaccessible. If you have not watched the show, like, you're gonna watch this and be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, Utena turns into a fucking car in this.
What?
Yeah, a pink dick car, in fact, two times. It's crazy. It's like insane.
Boob swords and penis cars.
Well, that's
okay.
the thing. There's so much phallic and yonic imagery in this. Like, there's roses everywhere. Roses are the ultimate feminine symbol. And then you have swords everywhere. I mean, what is a sword? It's like a sword. It's a penis. And it talks a lot about that because this is also a coming of age tale. It's also about puberty. It's also about going from being a child to being an adult and crossing that sexual bridge. And for girls, and this is something that guys don't have to think about as much, but for girls, it's like, okay, wait, so
You really don't
I
have to
can
do that.
keep going and be myself and do my thing, or I can marry someone and then have a child and then raise a child. You know, and like, you don't, like, it's a really big thing that's really stressful, because for me, it was really stressful growing up, because I was like, I don't know if I want that life of just getting married and having a kid, and just like, not to say that there's anything wrong with that, and not to say that I don't want that at some point in my life, but like, that's not all there is for me. You know, I have more to give than just that. And that's kind of how Utena feels, is like she struggles with that, of being like giving away her power to be with a man, and then he takes over the role of the prince, and then she has to become the princess, you know, and now she's no longer active. Now she's supposed to be passive, and she's supposed to be receptive. And that's not, no, you know, she can't do that. And that's something that I struggle with.
You know, I'm okay with lesbos, as long as they're into robos.
One of the big themes of this show that really speaks to me is about the power struggle between men and women in relationships. And that as a woman, there's two paths you can take. You know, you can take the masculine path where you're the master of your own destiny, or you can take the feminine path, and that means that you get married to somebody, you have a child with them, and now you dedicate your life to not only yourself, but also to your family, you know, to your man and to your child, and you have to sacrifice of yourself to do that. And how not everybody is comfortable with that, and that's something that Utena is not comfortable with, you know, like that's, she thinks that all she wants is like to meet her prince again, but when it comes down to it and he's like, it's time to be the princess, like she's like, no, you know, like I cannot fulfill this role, you know, this isn't for me. And that's something that I really appreciated as a girl, because I always felt like that. I always felt like growing up in the South, you know, a lot of people just like get married young and then just have a baby, and then they, you know, like that's what I saw around me growing up, and I was just like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to do something. Like, I want to, like, change the world. I want to fucking do some shit. I don't want to just, I have talents that I want to share with the world.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, no. I mean, I think that motherhood is amazing. And I think that that's a whole other path. And it also can be very beautiful. Like, it's a very beautiful path. But that path is not for everyone. You know, it's not for every girl. And that's the difference between Utena and Sailor Moon. Like, Sailor Moon, all she wanted to do was get married and have a baby. Like, that's all she wanted is to get married, you know, and it talks actively about that. And that's something that I couldn't relate to. I was like, that's not really me. And
do you think it ever will be you?
I don't know. You know, it's something I continue to struggle with to this day, because I am someone who's very balanced in my energies. And so I don't want to be in a relationship where there's someone above me and I'm like subservient. Like, I want to be on the same equal level. Like, I don't want to be the master, but like, I don't want to be the slave, you know? Like, I want us to just be even. And that's difficult, you know? That's a hard thing to negotiate, I think, for a lot of couples, a lot of people. And at its core, this is a series about love in all its different forms.
Love?
It's about love in all its different forms. There's 4 types of love, according to C.S. Lewis.
Really?
Yes.
4 types of love? Please tell me.
One of them is affection. There's an affection level of love. One is eros, which is the romance love. There is friendship love. And then there is charity love, also known as agape love, which is the highest form. It is like divine love. Unconditional love. So anyways, it talks about that.
What kind of love is it when you want to bang Jenna Marbles?
That's eros. And I don't know if that's love as much as lust. It's a little different. You know, I don't know.
Oh, it's love.
These are abstract concepts here we're working with, okay? So the mysteries of the heart are so hard to talk about, and this show tries to, and I think it does a really great job, and it does show, it goes to show that Utena is not okay with just the lower forms of love. Like, she is looking for the highest form of love, to express the highest form, and the highest form of love is sacrifice.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's something that she has to do, you know? And it's beautiful.
I've got a high form of love right now. It's getting higher.
To revolutionize the
Comic book girl. What would you say the moral of the story is, if there is a moral?
Well, you can take a lot of different things from this. That's why I like it. Like, everyone's gonna get something different out of it.
Oh, well, what's your interpretation?
The one thing that I've taken from it is that a lot of us women, we're given these fantasy fairy tales where this prince is gonna come and he's gonna like take us and then we're gonna get engaged, married, and have the thing, be the princess for the day. And it's like this whole thing that we're sold.
That's females' expectations growing up in America?
I mean, I think that's a lot of females' expectations all over the world for many decades. And the thing is that, you know, this is
an illusion created by society to control?
Well, the thing is you're never gonna find that perfect man, like that fantasy prince, you know? Like, there is no fantasy prince in our reality. Like, and that this romantic love is not going to satisfy you in the way that higher forms of love can satisfy you. And one way to express higher forms of love.
Higher forms of love?
Is to help your girlfriends and help yourself, you know, help your fellow women and help yourself and like better each other and take care of one another. And not because you're trying to have sex with them and you have these urges and you think they're hot and like it's this whole fantasy, you know, of romance that we all get caught up in. You know, I get caught up in romance fantasies all the time and they're so bad for you. Like, they're just like, it's like sugar. You know, it's like, yeah, it's really good, it tastes awesome, but then it gives you a stomachache later and you're like, oh God, why did I eat this? And you're just like, oh, regretting it. Like, it warns you about romance.
You're saying romance is an illusion created by society to control females?
A little bit, but it's not I mean, we do it, we participate in it. I mean, we are active, like, it's on us too, you know?
Women are guilty of falling into the trap of the illusion of romance?
Yeah, we all are. I think that romance is something that a lot of young girls think about a lot. It's something that you're allowed to think about and encouraged to think about as a girl. And you kind of lose yourself. A lot of girls, they get into romances and completely lose the sense of their self and just become, you know, obsessed with this guy and making him happy and doing things for him. And it's kind of fucked up. Like, you need to work on yourself.
There's a lot of pressure in trying to get laid all the time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we all feel that pressure, you know?
But, I mean, it's not really a problem for me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Space Brain, on the other hand.
Well, you know, he's a late bloomer. It's okay. We'll get there.
Oh gosh, I'm too shy to talk about this on camera.
Okay. All right. Well, he's too shy. We won't talk about it.
Say, you have so many cute clothes.
So what? Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all.
Knock it off!
Females innately have this quality of wanting to be caregivers. You know, like, we want to take care of people. A lot of us, generally speaking. I do. I love mothering. I love it. I love having a cat and babying my cat. Like, I love it. I have a lot of babies. I mean, you guys are my babies. I like taking care of you too.
When's my pizza done?
I don't like taking care of this baby. This is my least favorite baby.
Who are you talking about? Beans?
No, yeah, I'm talking about Beans.
Beans whines too much.
So you're saying that women innately seem to, as caregivers, dedicate too much of themselves towards the caregiving and lose an aspect of loving themselves in the process?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Let me write that down in my book about humans.
Yeah, I feel like there is a real danger, and I've done it. I've been guilty of it, where you fall in love with someone, and then you just dedicate yourself to them, and you lose yourself in this romance and, like, being a part of this relationship, you know? It's like, oh, it's so much. And I see this happen to a lot of women where they get married and then they have kids and they devote so much to their children, they devote so much to their husbands, but they don't devote energy to themselves. And so when their children grow up and if they get a divorce or their husband dies, like, they don't know what to do because they don't have a sense of self anymore, you know? And it's just like, it's really unhealthy. And so we need to, as women, make sure to, you know, you can have a family, you can have a husband, but always make sure to have a sense of yourself. Do things for yourself. And also help other women around you. Do things together. Like, help her find herself. There's magic in that. There is divine love in that. You know, give yourself the love that you need.
I need to give myself the love that I need. Yeah.
Sure. That too. That too.
Wow, I've really drawn an interest to Revolutionary Girl Utena. I will have to look into the movie and the TV series and the mangas.
Yeah, so good. In fact, there's a manga for the movie as well. So there's a manga that the series corresponds to, and then there's also a manga that the movie corresponds to.
So, Comic Book Girl recommends.
10 out of 10. Comic Book Girl recommends Revolutionary Girl Utena. It's my favorite.
Yay! Woo! Let's go see Infinity War now.
I have some announcements here. Okay. A few announcements here. Thanks for... If you love Comic Book Girl 19 as much as I do, you should consider supporting her on Patreon. In the wake of YouTube changes, such as the advertiser industrial complex boycott of YouTube, independent creators need your support now more than ever.
Nobody likes an e-beggar, Space Brain. It's disgusting.
You can keep YouTubers alive for as little as only $1 a month and get exclusive content and updates. I'm supporting my favorite YouTube channels, and I hope you will too.
This is capitalism. Cold, hard capitalism. You can't cut it.
Also, if you're subscribed, be sure to hit the bell. I know it's like subscribing all over again, but thanks to these other YouTube changes, they've made it to where our subscribers don't know when our videos come out anymore. So you have to hit the bell and be notified of all releases. Also, final announcement, check out our new second YouTube channel.
Second YouTube channel?
Yes, we have a new second YouTube channel for the Team 19 pod, where Comic Book Girl and guests talk casually about movies and pop culture and things going on in the world and whatever else, like sharks. She talked about sharks in this one episode for about 20 minutes. Links for everything are in the description below.